Eyup, welcome to Scale Saturday from the couch. Today we're going to do the sticky subject of modes. Modes provides a lot of confusion and a mind ache for a lot of guitarists, and I just want to get rid of that confusion because it is a fairly simple subject. You've just got to stick to one thing. Don't confuse yourself with many things. Stick to one thing. One thing is hard enough, and that one thing is the G major scale, which I've done in other videos, but let's just go through it quickly here. So first finger on your 3rd fret, and then on this E string, and it goes 3, 5 and 7, and the same on the next 3, 5 and 7, 4, 5 and 7 on the D string, and 4, 5 and 7 on the G string, and 5, 7 and 8 on the B string. And that's the, I call that the big major scale. Big shape. Now all a mode is you start on maybe the first, let's do the 1st degree of the scale and go all the way up to the octave of that. So you go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Now that's a mode. Even though you're just playing a major scale, that's a mode. It's Ionian. The Ionian mode of G major. If you start on the 2nd degree of the scale, the A, and go A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A. That's the Dorian mode of G major, or A Dorian. Start at the 3rd fret and go, what's that? That's a B. So if you go B to B, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, that's the Phrygian mode, or B Phrygian. I'm still playing G major. It's still all the notes of G major, still the key signature of G major, still the big shaped major scale. I'm just starting on one note and going up to the octave of that note. That's what a mode is. Now the confusion arises when people try to compare modes to the major scale that sounds similar. So if you take C major and go C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, that's got F sharp in there, and C major hasn't got an F sharp. It's an F. So you go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and if you sort of mix those two up in your mind, you're really thinking about 2 different keys. So don't do that. Don't think about 2 keys. G major is G major, C major is a different key. So think about just C Lydian. Think about G major, which is the same thing. C Lydian is G major. Still in that big shape pattern. So yeah, if you start thinking about C major, your mind can go off on a tangent and you get things muddled up. So for songs in like the key of C Lydian, like this for instance, that's a song in C Lydian. That's Flying in a Blue Dream by Joe Satriani. I'm sure Joe Satriani isn't thinking it's C major with a sharpened 4th. He's probably just thinking it's in G and flying around in G major all over the neck, while the bass player's playing, that's what bass playing face, doing a root note in C. Joe Satriani is just playing in G. He's doing all his G major stuff and all the G major scale shapes that he knows all over the neck. There's G major scales all over the neck, and he's just playing them. I think that's where the confusion arises. Some guitarists like to think about C Lydian as C major with a sharpened 4th, rather than thinking it's just G major. It's just a mode of G major. So that's what I think would get rid of that confusion. I think you just need to think about one key instead of another one. So anyway, if you've got any questions or comments, please leave them down there somewhere, and I'll get back to you and answer any questions that you've got. If not, I'll see you next week with some more licks and scales and all that kind of stuff. See you later.